Another thing I realized why a lot of people stop seeking knowledge is because, and that's why I said at the beginning, sincerity. We're in a world today where if I do a little bit, I want people to approve it. I need people's approval. I need people to say, wow.
Again, social media, instant gratification, everything.
Wallahi, if I do something very small, I want to share it with the world and I want people to say, Allahumma barik, my jaw dropped. I'm amazed with you. And if the people don't say that to me, or I haven't heard it in the last couple of days, people say that to me, I stop. And I sit back and I say, I don't want to do it. And so over time, your benchmark becomes the people. When they like it, you do it. If they don't like it, you don't do it. And so you don't live your life according to what is right from what is staying away from doing what is right and staying away from what is wrong. You don't. Your life becomes, my followers, they want me to do this. My friends, they so everything that you're doing, pushed away the people and remember Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Yani wallahi, I'll be honest with you, I look at some of the mashayikh, the scrutiny they went through and the criticism that they went through and the way they were treated, it still didn't stop them seeking knowledge and authoring. At points where you think to yourself, Sheikh, like no one's reading your works, man. You've been put through a lot. People have discredited you badly. Wallahi, it shocks you that. Nope.
Yeah.
He kept it going, and with sincerity, he prevailed. He really prevailed, and that's like Bukhari. Imagine if I was to say, like, literally, this is what happened. Bukhari was alone, man. This man that you hear everywhere, and if someone tells you Bukhari, like, you could attribute yourself to all these tawaif al-mubtadi'ah. Still, Bukhari is respected. Another example, Al-Imam Sibawayhi rahimahullah ta'ala. Sibawayhi, and he died at the age of 32, 33.
Wow.
And he died because of a fitna that happened to him. It was a cause of that fitna. He became very sad and depressed because of that fitna. He went back to he left Iraq. He left Iraq. He said, I don't want to be here. He went to his land, Persia. When he went there, they said he stayed in his house. He didn't come out. Sibawayhi, that when we say his name, sometimes it's not while you're alive. It's 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. People are still going to remember you with khair. Make dua for you. You're not doing it because you want people to remember you. That's right. But yes, you do want people to make dua for you. Sibawayhi say, rahimahullah, rahimahullah. That's what I definitely want. 50 years from my entire life now, 100 years, if people can say, may Allah have mercy upon Abdulrahman, that's all I would. It makes me happy when somebody says, hafidhahullah, it's something to be really happy with. And subhanAllah, it maybe is, and I believe it is those dua that the people, Ammatun Nas, make for you, is what I believe Allah protects me through. 32, he died. And then in his house, and his student Al-Akhfash said, Sheikh, you've written a book, you haven't finished it, but just give it to me. Took the book from him. And see why it didn't last. He died after that. He took that book, he brought it to the Muslims in the world, and this kitab became, what it's called? It's called Al-Kitab. Wallahi. It goes to al-Nahu if you read Al-Kitab. The book. You see why it's kitab.
And that is can we say that's an indication of his ikhlas, the fact that Allah
gave him qabul on this earth. La shakka, la shakka.
Wow. So it's one of those things that you think about seeking knowledge is, from the outer, you really never know who's getting the most reward. You might have someone who's memorized the whole Quran, but another one who's struggling every single day, but because he's more sincere, he gets more reward than the other one who's not sincere.
Because the Kitab Arba'un al-Nawawi is 42 hadiths.
Yeah.
There's great scholars who wrote it before and after Nawawi.
40 hadith in this topic, in this. Okay.
And Imam al-Ajurri has a kitab in 40 hadiths.
Yeah.
And Imam Nawawi has 42 hadiths. I always ask myself, and I'll be honest with you, the 42 hadith that Nawawi wrote seems like an easy job. It seems easy. From one perspective, it doesn't, because he had to pick Jawami' al-Kalim, comprehensive speeches. But from the other works that Nawawi has done, this one's very small.
Sure.
And it's a doable work, to be honest. If you seek knowledge, you can do this. It's a very easy work to do. Why did Allah give His one acceptance?
Yeah.
This is where you ask yourself. Why? Why this work? Shahid, something, I go to this markaz, it's called Markaz al-Majid in UAE.
Okay.
And I take manuscripts from it and stuff like that. And some of these books, when I get the manuscripts and I'm looking at the manuscripts, what I see is works that when you read the manuscript is very, very hard. And it's very, very hard to read a manuscript. This Imam wrote it and he left it somewhere.
Not knowing that many
wars
centuries
happened,
later that
Khilafahs came and went.
Allah still protected.
Lands got destroyed.
But the manuscripts remained.
That manuscript somewhere.
And now, centuries later, in UK, Canada, America, people are mentioning Imam Nawawi.
On electronic libraries. I'm carrying on my iPad
Wow.
the book of this great Imam. And who would have thought that he would have even been saved?
It reminds me of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that when you die, three things remain. One of them being knowledge that people benefit. So if that isn't like an indication of how important and how virtuous and how much this could be doing for someone's day of judgment. And it's one of those things in the Deen of Islam where at whatever stage you are in your journey of seeking knowledge, you're getting rewards. Whether you're learning, you're getting reward for learning, as long as obviously you're sincere. When you're implementing the knowledge you've learned, you get reward for that. When you're teaching the people, you get reward for that, and that gets carried until who knows, many generations later, you're still getting rewards because of that.
One powerful statement I recently came across. I'm starting to teach the Kitab Shama'il al-Muhammadiyya now, and a powerful statement touched me, which is, if you were prevented from seeing the Prophet ﷺ in your dream, then do not be prevented from seeing him by reading his appearance and his features and the way he looks. If you couldn't see him in his sleep, at least see him while you're awake. But by reading his features and the way he looked, that is knowledge. You can always see the Prophet then.
Many of us wish we would be companions and around the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have that opportunity. Might not be the way they did it, but you have the opportunity still.
I was taken back by narrations mentioned. I was like, how? They mentioned his beard was less than 20. The white hair in his beard was less than 20. And another narration mentions 17 or 18.
Wow, that precise. Allah Akbar.
So you can see how he looks by just studying his Shama'il.
Yeah.
Salawatullahi wa salam. Knowledge makes you live with the Sahabas. You can live with the Prophet. Imagine that. And there you are. You've seen him by just studying this knowledge, gaining knowledge in this matter. Allah make us from the people of knowledge.
Unless there's anything that you want to add to close up, any summary or anything.